Heidi ho, everyone. Let's digest some beer. And the beer I'm about to drink, is Trillium's double dry hopped Melcher Street IPA. Yet another beer in their series of street IPAs with all the same malt bill and also the same bittering hops, Columbus. This one features Mosaic hop in the flavoring and dry hop, late hop additions. And I've had this one before, like about a year ago. I don't remember it super well. And there is also a regular single hop version. This one was just released 2 days ago at the brewery, and I picked up the growler yesterday. And it looks pretty hazy. They, on their website, say that it has a spicy resinous herbal aroma that bursts with nuances of tart citrus, tangerine, clementine, and subtle green onion. Green onion is something that I notice a lot, especially from when you use Mosaic hops. And bold flavors of underripe melon, cantaloupe rind, and pineapple are highlighted with gentle bitterness and delicate biscuity malt. They use a very simple pale malt bill here. The only things besides two-row barley are white wheat, C15, dextrine, and dextrose, just some added sugars that ferment nicely and add a little bit of body. Ooh, yeah, that smells very nice and peachy. Last time I had it, I remember thinking that the whole room smelled like kind of like peach rings when I opened it, and this is very similar. Looks a lot like classic Trillium beers. Maybe not quite as high carbonation. That's what I noticed from another beer of theirs I had yesterday, but maybe they just didn't have the carbs super high in the growlers. But I don't mind it. But very bright, completely opaque. This is what a lot of their double dry hop beers look like. Just from the second dry hopping, there's a lot of, I think it adds some hop particles, and also yeast, just keeps the yeast in suspension more for some reason. And it's, yes, very peachy, very nectarine-like, with just a little bit of that smoky green onion. Yes, it's very nice. And Mosaic is still one of the hops that is just, very, very beloved by me and everyone else. I don't know if we'll ever get tired of this one, but I definitely did get tired of things like Centennial used in certain ways. This aroma is just really big, lots of soft citrus. It's like ruby red grapefruit. It's not bitter grapefruit, white grapefruit peel or anything like that. And just extremely juicy aroma. A little bit of pineapple. I guess maybe melon, but melon doesn't stick out quite as strongly in this one as I would say the Sleeper Street IPA that uses Eldorado hops. Eldorado, I think, is a little bigger on the watermelon strawberry. This is almost pure tropical citrus juice bomb, I would say. And it doesn't smell too vegetal. Like, I've heard some people say like this one's better after about a week or something, and some of the brewers, I think, told some people that this will be better after a few days, where it will be a little less green and lose some of the green onion vegetal qualities, but I'm not getting much. It's super, super juicy. Yep. The flavor is pretty similar. And it seems like, yeah, there's a little less carbonation, and usually the head sticks around longer in Trillium beers. So it seems like not quite as full-bodied and fluffy as usual. But the double dry hopping still sends the aroma deep into your nose immediately, and it probably is sneaking up the room. I'll see if my girlfriend will walk in here and smell it after I do the review. Yeah, I don't know about these people who say that, oh, you gotta wait for the IPA. Like, some of these ones are better, like, after a week or something like that. I have noticed that in some cases, when I've had a 4 pack of some IPA, like the next week, I might seem to be a little bit juicier and fruitier than it was. Um, but I don't know. I say drink it as fast, drink it fresh, drink it a week old, drink it 2 weeks old. Um, it's all personal preference, but it's just fun to experience a beer and how the hops change and the hop flavors change because with hops they're just so touchy and there's so many different things that can affect the aromas that they have. So I'm not down with anyone saying, "Oh, yo, wait before you drink it. It'll be way better." Just drink it. You know, when if you want to drink it, drink it. Hmm. Yeah, but with that, without the super high carbonation, it's a lighter body. It almost seems surprisingly like maybe a little bit drier, which doesn't totally make sense. But just because it has less of a body, I would say, and there's no boozy burn at all. It's 7.2% alcohol, and double IPAs can be great, but I kind of prefer just the regular IPAs and even lower alcohol IPAs because I don't want that boozy burn. I don't want all that sweetness. I just want huge hop aromas and flavors, and this is what this beer does really well. There's peach, there's pineapple, maybe slight apricot. I think now on the flavor I'm noticing, yeah, a little bit of cantaloupe, slightly unripe cantaloupe. But the thing is that it's better than unripe cantaloupe because whenever I have ripe cantaloupe, I'm like, oh damn, I wish this were ripe cantaloupe. But I don't wish this were ripe cantaloupe. It's perfect the way it is, and I think tangerine and clementine are good descriptions that you've used here because it's not just your normal OJ sort of Julius sort of thing. It's not like a creamsicle exactly. There's no real vanilla or anything. And I think and maybe it's like a hint of blueberry. It's just kind of hidden in there. There's like a deeper, darker fruit that's matching up with the dank green onion a little bit. But this is not super like stemmy, dank marijuana. Really, it's really an insanely juicy IPA in my opinion. Mm. And there's not too much sweetness, and I really enjoy having Mosaic by itself rather than with Citra because Citra adds often a passion fruit sort of cake, almost vanilla frosting quality to it that is really good, but it's just kind of distracts a little bit from the tropical glory of Citra, or sorry, of Mosaic in this beer. Mm. And maybe as it warms up, the green onion will come out a little bit more. But even at 2 days old, it's really juicy, really refreshing. The bitterness is not taxing at all on my tongue, nor is the high alcohol, or somewhat high alcohol. And you don't really notice too much happening in the malt area. It's really just underlining all of the hop flavors. There's definitely some pineapple. It's kind of like a spicy pineapple, or like a grilled peach with a little bit of fresh pepper on top. Um, Maybe coriander, but I mean clearly it's not actual coriander, but it has that spicy, fruity quality. Like fresh ground pepper, I feel like has a fruitiness to it, as opposed to really old ground pepper that's just flakes of vaguely spicy nothingness. This captures an exotic, very fresh pepper spiciness in it. and there's only a touch of muskiness. But I had like the Bissell Substance recently, and that one is just very kind of cat piss in your face dank qualities. But they managed to, I think probably with the help of double dry hopping it, they managed to get just so much fruit out of the Mosaic hops, and it's a really great beer. It's probably the juiciest Mosaic centered IPA I've had. I haven't had their double IPA. It's only Mosaic for bittering and everything with honey, archaic. That's probably really good, but it's 8.5%. I feel like when it gets that big, there's just a little bit more booze and malt that slightly distracts from all the juicy, fruity qualities of the hops. And it's just so dry and so refreshing. And it's just basically all the flavors that this beer looks like are inside this beer. So I'm going to give it like a 9 out of 10. Or no, maybe I'll start doing out of 100 scores so I don't like have to say 8.75 and crap. I'm just going to say a 90. Or maybe like I'll start doing 92. Yeah, because if you think 90 is like an A minus, this is definitely not an A minus. It's an A. I just like to keep a little space under perfect for like really super secret special beers that, you know, are sour beers that have been aged for years and things like that. For IPAs, it's kind of like, I'm going to leave the cap at like 95 or something, I'd say. And so this is really close to the top. Because IPAs are just, they're great, fast, fresh, created things that aren't supposed to be the most intensely complex things in the world, though the hops do add a lot by themselves. But it's kind of like a Beaujolais Nouveau. I guess I'm pretty sure most wine sommeliers will be like, oh yeah, Beaujolais Nouveaux, they're fun, but they're meant to be drunk fresh, and they're not exhibiting a lot of the more complex character of a longer age, more robust wine. And it's kind of similar with the IPAs. They're just the things that they make them quick, simple malt bill usually. Send them out, you drink them fresh, and that's the way it should be. So 90 for Double Dry Hop Melcher Street from Trillium.